In this video, I am going to tell you what is winter season, what are the causes of it, and some exceptionally cold winters in the history. So let's start step by step. Step number 1, what is winter season? My dears, winter is the coldest season of the year in polar and temperate zones. It doesn't occur in most of the tropical zone. It occurs after autumn and before spring in each year. Winter is caused by the axis of the earth in that hemisphere being oriented away from the sun. Different cultures define different dates as the start of winter, and some use a definition based on weather. When it is winter in the northern hemisphere, it is summer in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa. In many regions, winter is associated with snow and freezing temperatures. The movement of winter solstice is when the sun's elevation with respect to the north or south pole is at its most negative value, that is, the sun is at its farthest below the horizon as measured from the pole. The day on which this occurs has the shortest day, the longest night, with day length increasing and night length decreasing as the season progresses after the solstice. The earliest sunset and latest sunrise dates outside the polar regions differ from the date of the winter solstice, however, and these depend on latitude due to the variation in the solar day throughout the year caused by the Earth's elliptical orbit. Step number 2, what are the causes of winter season? My dears, the tilt of the Earth's axis relative to its orbital plane plays a large role in the formation of weather. The Earth is tilted at an angle of 23.44 degree to the plane of its orbit, causing different latitudes to directly face the sun as the Earth moves through its orbit. This variation brings about seasons. When it is winter in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere faces the sun more directly and thus experiences warmer temperatures than the northern hemisphere. Conversely, winter in the southern hemisphere occurs when the northern hemisphere is tilted more toward the sun. From the perspective of an observer on the earth, the winter sun has a lower maximum altitude in the sky than the summer sun. During winter in either hemisphere, the lower altitude of the sun causes the sunlight to hit the earth at an oblique angle. Thus, a lower amount of solar radiation strikes the earth per unit of surface area. Furthermore, the light must travel a long distance through the atmosphere, allowing the atmosphere to dissipate more heat. Compared with these effects, the effect of the changes in the distance of Earth from the Sun due to the Earth's elliptical orbit is negligible. The manifestation of the meteorological winter freezing temperatures in the northerly snow-prone latitudes is highly variable depending on elevation, position versus marine winds, and the amount of precipitation. For instance, within Canada, the country of cold winters, Winnipeg on the Great Plains, a long way from the ocean, has a January high of minus 11.3 degrees centigrade and a low of minus 21.4 degrees centigrade. In comparison, Vancouver on the west coast with a marine influence from moderating Pacific winds has a January of 1.4 degrees centigrade with days well above freezing at 6.9 degrees centigrade. Both places are at 49 degree northern latitude and in the same western half of the continent. A similar but less extreme effect is found in Europe. In spite of their northerly latitude, the British Isles have not a single non-mountain weather station with a below freezing mean January temperature. Step number 3, some exceptional cold winters in the history. My dears, 1683 to 1684, the Great Frost, when the Thames, hosting the River Thames Frost Fairs, was frozen all the way up to the London Bridge and remained frozen for about 2 months. Ice was about 27 cm thick in London and about 150 cm thick in Somerset. The sea froze up to 2 miles out around the coast of the southern North Sea, causing severe problems for shipping and preventing use of many harbors. 1739 to 1740, one of the most severe winters in the UK on record. The Thames remained frozen over for about 8 weeks. The Irish famine of 1740 to 1741 claimed the lives of at least 3 lakh people. 1816 was the year without a summer in the northern hemisphere. The unusual coolness of the winter of 1815 and the following summer was primarily due to the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia in April 1815. There were secondary effects from an unknown eruption or eruptions around 1810 and several smaller eruptions around the world between 1812 and 1814. The cumulative effects were worldwide but were especially strong in the eastern United States. The cumulative effects were worldwide but were especially strong in the eastern United States, Atlantic Canada, and northern Europe. Frost formed in May in New England, killing many newly planted crops, and the summer never recovered. Snow fell in New York and Maine in June, and ice formed in lakes and rivers in July and August. In the UK, snow drifts remained on hills until late July, and the Thames froze in September. Agricultural crops failed and livestock died in much of the northern hemisphere, resulting in food shortages and the worst famine of the 19th century. 1887 to 1888, there were record cold temperatures in the upper Midwest, heavy snowfalls worldwide, and amazing storms, including the Schoolhouse Blizzard of 1888 in the Midwest in January and the Great Blizzard of 1888 in the eastern US and Canada in March. In Europe, the winters of early 1947, February 1956, 1962 to 1963, 1981 to 1982, and 2009 to 2010 were abnormally cold. The UK winter of 1946 to 1947 started out relatively normal but became one of the snowiest UK winters to date, with nearly continuous snowfall from late January until March. In South America, the winter of 1975 was one of the strongest, with record snow occurring at 25 degrees southern in cities of low altitude, with the registration of minus 17 degrees centigrade in some parts of southern Brazil. In the eastern United States and Canada, the winter of 2013 to 2014 and the second half of February 2015 were abnormally cold. However, the winter of 2014 to 2015 did have a balmy December and a normal January. So my dears, this was our video. Now I want to turn it over to you. Which step you like the most? Tell me in the comments, my dears. Make sure to subscribe this channel so you don't miss out on my future videos. Goodbye, stay blessed, and bundle of thanks for watching.